Hello and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa. Stevie, have you ever tried to grow a beard?
No, I'm more like Tarzan. I could be out in the wild for years, never have any facial hair. Me, Stevie.
Well, for men who can, there's a new, very unique place in Jinx that's getting a lot of attention for their beard products and fashionable blades.
Want to hang on a vine with me, Trish, and we can swing right over there?
Embarrassingly enough, if you look at my senior picture, I actually had a mustache. But I always had facial hair of some kind, my whole life. I usually kept it fairly trimmed, but just recently, I say recently, about 3 years ago, decided to start growing it out and then leaving it long. So that's how it came about.
It started about 2 years ago. I was traveling on the road, doing transmission line work, working on the big power lines, and right when I got on to Instagram, and I found one of the first guys I started following was a knife maker. His name is Richard Baggett. He's down in Fort Worth, Texas, and just old-time blacksmith, and his knives are just ridiculous looking. And I thought to myself, hey, I could probably make one of these, and it just started from there. I went out, bought my first piece of steel, probably not the right piece of steel, but made myself a little homemade forge, bought some tools, and I started making knives on the back of a pickup truck at an RV park that I was staying at, so it just took off from there.
What I would call the modern beard industry was just kind of budding at the time, and I found some other products online and sampled those. There wasn't really any made in Oklahoma, so that's how the whole Bedlam Beard Company came about. And at the time, everything that we made kind of centered around the Oklahoma aspect. I mean, we did Orange Power, Crimson Cream, Boomer's Blend. Then we noticed when we opened the online store that only about 10% of the orders were staying within the borders of Oklahoma. It was going everywhere, and people were kind of associating Bedlam with more of the literal meaning and not with the Oklahoma meaning. So we started changing up and expanding our line and doing different things. But it originally started just as a need of, there wasn't any Oklahoma-based companies like that.
A lot of people don't know what goes into a knife. They just see a finished product, but they don't understand how much time, how much effort, the importance of the steel, the quality of the heat treat. You can make a pretty knife and sell all day long, but if it's not properly heat treated, or if they don't take the time to put their heart and soul into it, then it's just another knife. I met Jason online on Instagram.
We kind of ran in the same social media circles, and he did a post one day and it was tagged Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and I was like, that's really close. We live in Tulsa. So I messaged him on social media and said, we ought to hang out sometime.
He'd come over about every 2 weeks, use some of my tools, use my hammers, my stamps, and I'd show him some things, and we'd hang out, drink some beer, smoke cigars, and just hang out in the garage where I was working out of, and we just became best friends since then. So
2 years later, we were looking to expand both of our businesses, so we decided to kind of go together on a shop to cut down on our personal overhead, and we were looking for shop space and then landed here in Jinx, and the space was really too perfect not to try a storefront too. So.
A lot goes into these. People don't realize, you're selling a $300 knife for, $250, and you have 40 hours into it. So once they see that your craftsmanship and your quality of your knife and how sharp it is, and when you get those messages back or people come back in and they're just happy with it, it's rewarding. It's more than money. I mean, it's way better feeling than getting a paycheck. So
I absolutely love it. It's amazing. Every day I'm humbled and proud, to know that something that I had in my mind at first and then brought it to fruition, and now it's going out the door with somebody else. It's absolutely amazing.